your mouth. How can you say I go about things the wrong way? I am human and I need to be loved, just like everybody else does.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special episode. Sordid Underground. Welcome. It's good to see you guys here. Robo. Yeah, you think that's a... I've heard it gets worse. Unironically. It seems like I had a little bit spoiled for it. Actually, it was, of all things, I was listening to a Tim Pool video earlier today, and he brought up the book, and he was talking about how disturbing it is. And he was like, look, in part of this book, the author, she writes about, and then he started talking, and I realized that I was like, oh my god, I haven't gotten to that part yet, and I was like, spoiler alert, and I stuck my fingers in my ears and went la 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 la, and that's all. I won't repeat what I heard, but what's up, HP Lovecraft? What's up? You on caps lock cruise control for cool mode? We were meant to be free. Us is a fuck. 1100197 in the Texas military. All hail the Republic of Texas. Militarization of Port Galveston, Big Bend, Missile Silo Field, Mirabeau, Lamar leading the empire. Texas naval domination of the Gulf of Mexico. That wouldn't happen. Houston revitalization, reclamation of Northern Panhandle, remove Taco, total Texan victory. Implying that, like, the tacos haven't been there longer than you have, probably, in your family. That's what, Texas has a very unique, that's why, like, there's so many, like, based Hispanics in Texas, is because, like, they are just as much a part of, like, the Texan culture. Like, all the Hispanics I know in Austin that I talk to, like, about illegal immigration and stuff, they're like, fuck those border jumpers. We don't want them coming here. They give the rest of us a bad name because these stupid fucking white liberal people, they can't tell the difference between us. So they just think we're all fucking illegal. And start trying to give us advice on how to, like, fucking avoid ICE and shit. It's like, bitch, my family's lived here for like 6 generations, like, no, so I do have to, on that front, I am like, yeah, I guess technically I'm the newcomer to their land. Although, you know, there were Anglo-Texans, this is what, not to discount them, but it's a weird, it's not like modern, how do I say this? It's not like, man, that weed's kicking in. I had to. You guys know I had to before I read this fucking story. I had to drug myself. If you choose to take that as a suggestion to do the same, I'm not recommending it, but I felt the need. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying. It probably was something retarded anyways. Oh, no. Texas has actually, like, a unique long history of Spanish Mexican and Anglo European settlers all kind of commingling there, and that the rest of the country doesn't really understand or get, because we actually, the secret is we kind of got a good thing going down here. It's pretty great. Anyways, present date, present time. Friday, January 20th, 2023, 8:33 p.m. Hope you all are having a wonderful, lovely, fantastic Friday night. As I think it's about to get a lot worse. So, I backed it up a bit. We're on, I think we're still on part 2. I'm gonna do this. I don't know. I do not know. You never know what you're going to see. Like, I was genuine. Like, there's that one part where she got her first period, and her parents were like, "We're going to wait until your 12th birthday to give you this gift, but we think now that you've had your first period, it would be more appropriate." And I was like, legit nervous about what was going to be on the next page. And then it was just a necklace. It was like a completely innocent, but so if I had to give a quick summary of this book is written by a person who clearly is mentally ill, not because they're trans, because they seem to have some symptoms indicative of something like narcissistic personality disorder, maybe borderline cluster B personality disorder. It's like she intentionally wrote her memoir as a story with an unreliable narrator, because she presents these bizarre scenarios and situations completely out of context, and if you just like scratch the surface a tiny bit and just barely read between the lines, this is the story of someone who most likely suffered horrific abuse, including sexual and as well as neglect throughout their childhood, and is trying to weirdly justify it after the fact. Is that a good summary? Does that sound about right to those of you that have actually watched me read this garbage? Sounds accurate to you? Okay. There's no plot. It's just a series of things that have happened, or in some cases that clearly never happened and the author has made up. That literally read like those Reddit stories that end with "and then everyone clapped." Oh nice, man-made horrors inside my comprehension. It seems so, but I haven't watched the whole saga. Making up things for attention is pretty typical for these. Yeah, so I backed up a little bit, but we're officially at the halfway point. However, I feel like it's going to go a lot faster after this. Hey, how are you, Wary? You're watching Alkist Breach? You've made a horrible mistake. I don't know who that is, but was that your horrible mistake? Hey Trench, how are you? Round 3. Hopefully the last. Because now that I know that I've kind of got the rhythm of it down, and that there is no plot. It's just a series of things that happen, and it's designed for you not to think too hard about it. Oh, hey, Sora, what's the best way to clean my laptop screen? I'm tired of seeing prints of the keyboard on it. You mean your cum? Your cum stains, you filthy animal? Get a, what are they called? Those cloths. Oh, fuck, I use them all the goddamn time. Fiber. The fiber cloth. And you just put a tiny amount of just water on it. Tiny microfiber, thank you. Get a microfiber cloth. Fold it up, put just like a tiny amount of water on it in the center. And then just gently wipe your screen in the same direct. Like, don't do circles. Do like, I don't know if back and forth or up and down or if it matters, but that's the best way to do it. Bam! Tech advice. I need to add that to my tags. No, Trench. No more spoilers. I already bitched about how something else got spoiled for me about this story earlier today by Tim Pool, of all people. And that's why I told you it's going to get worse from here. Anyways, so without further ado, let's dive in. I decided to back it up a little from where we last left off to here. It's just a couple pages, but I feel like it's a good place to start. Better place to start than where we left off. The clearest metaphor I had for my own my own gender identity in college was the image of a scale. A huge weight had been placed on one side without my permission. I was constantly trying to weigh down the other side. Assigned female at birth, or AFAB, not to be confused with Absolutely Fabulous, this British sitcom. And then on the other side of the scale, there's short hair, baggy boy clothes. And then here's the weight she has, like top surgery, hormones, pronouns, name. Because she's real into, she's dying to cut her tits off. It's weird, like, she really, like, it's weird how much more she talks about cutting her, like how much she hates her tits. And the length she goes to talking about how she wants to cut her tits off. And she, like, hardly ever addressed, like, I don't think she has a single time complained about having a vagina. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but getting your tits lopped off is significantly less effective than wearing baggy clothes when it comes to being masculine, apparently. Come clean up advice. Dressing. Also, I know I pointed this out last time, but it's one of the things that gets me about these people is that, for all of their, like, non-binary shit, like, I was assigned female at birth. They have the most stereotypical ideas of what being female or male actually entails. Like, they don't actually understand them at all. Anyways, dressing up as a male character let me play with the idea of how I would choose to present myself if the weight of assigned sex had been placed on the other side of the scale. Yeah, like if the doctor had just checked the other box. They'd be a big Giga Chad right now. I don't think any train complains about having a vagina as far as I know. I don't know. They complain about so much. I can't keep up. I was 21 when I wore this costume. I felt more sexy and more joyful than I had in a long time. This is some ice skater that I'd never heard of before, but she fell in love with or something. I had to be Johnny Weir on wheels because I cannot ice skate to save my life. Also, because you can really only, if it's Halloween, like, you should, you can only ice skate on ice. Like, how you going to, bitch, how you gonna trick or treat on ice skates? Yeah, it is. It's no, I've mentioned that before, Robo. It's like if you asked me when I was like 12, like like for a school assignment, like make 2 columns. Under one, right? Man, under one, the other, right? Woman. And then like write what makes each just, it's like, yeah, it's like the idea I would have is like girls wear dresses and makeup and like the color pink and have periods. Assigned sex was this the fucking Soviet Union. How would assigned sex even work? To not get a job and complain online. Because they think, that you should let 3-year-olds decide what gender they are, that you shouldn't, that basically everyone's genderless. We're all, tabula rasa. We're all completely blank slates. Gender's a social construct, and you should just wait until your kid decides whether they want to identify as male or female or unicorn or whatever the fuck. Doctors with their medical degrees and years of education. What the fuck do they know? Fuck them, fucking bigots. Reality reinserted itself. No, I'm not gonna make a joke. Maya, you can come in. Okay. Gynecology 302. You can tell she's sad because she's so sad. Your doctor. They never say, like, your doctor. They always say Dr. So-and-so will be here in a few minutes. Please remove all of your clothes and put on the robe. All of my clothes? Yes, please. Oh, is she a never nude like Tobias? Oh, God. Hi there. Is this your first pap smear exam? Oh, my God. No, 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 no. No, please, God, no. Yeah, the metal. Can I show this on YouTube? Absolutely. Why shouldn't I be? This is art. Um. Hey, quite the sound. How are you? A poll on what? Hi, not logics. How are you? More like a fart. Will she like this or love this? I'm so scared about what we're about to see. I'm okay. Pap smear. To be honest, I know technically what it is, but like the description of what it is like it's one of those things where like like the very brief overview, like the very brief description of it is I'm like, yep, that's enough information for me. I know what that is now. I know all I want to know about that. It is not logics. It is, which is why so many gynecologists are Jewish. Actually, fun fact. Let me ask you a few questions first. Do you drink? No. Do you smoke? No. Boring. Do you exercise regularly? No. Have you ever been sexually active? No. She's the most boring person. No wonder her stories, her memoir sucks. Her life is boring as shit. So what I'll be doing today is opening your vaginal cavity with a speculum, then collecting just a little sample of cells. Mainly, we are screening for cervical cancer. Do you have any questions? The eternal gynecologist. Antifa bussy. Oh, that's hilarious, Wary, but I'm not, I don't, I'm just not gonna go there as to why you were watching that. Hi, Moist Man Lover, welcome. Yeah, welcome. You picked a horrible time to join. Also, not Logix. If you're new to the stream, welcome. I just realized you have a nice avatar. I'm using chat on my phone because for whatever reason the live chat versus top chat thing does not work on my browser, but it works on my phone. So even though it says live chat, I'll notice compared to my phone, I will still miss messages. But they seem to all come through on my phone fine. I don't know YouTube. I've gone in and like undone as much censorship tools that are built in as I possibly can because I don't want chat to be censored in any way because I'm extremely anti-censorship, and yet YouTube still insists on certain messages not being allowed to be displayed. I feel bad for this woman. Not only is she ruining her body on purpose, she has no charisma. Wary, I think it's way worse than that. I think my money is on. I would bet $100 cluster B personality disorder, likely narcissistic, possibly borderline, and yes, and severe childhood abuse / neglect. I'm honestly I'm trying to I don't want to scroll down. Yeah, what? Oh, do you have any questions? Is this one of those things where she's gonna bitch about how she didn't ask, like, she didn't express her thoughts and then got mad at someone? Like, she got her hair cut and she literally, like, has a scene where she talks about, like, what she said out loud versus, like, what that should have been interpreted as, what that was, like, secret code for, and how the hairdresser didn't pick up on it, and so she hated her haircut, and has never been to a salon ever again since that day. Also, what the fuck? There. Yeah, it does a very she's very feminine, despite her insistences that she's not. She behaves in a very feminine manner. Let's get down to the... Oh, God. Yeah, why don't I feel like a girl? Why do I get so turned on by gay sex? Is there a physical attribute of my body, like an over large clitoris or something, that makes me feel like I should have a penis? Okay, see, this is the kind of... This right here, this is the kind of shit I talk about that just gets thrown in there, where you go, whoa, 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 whoa. There's way more to this story than we're actually being told. Like, that is delusional thinking. No, is her answer. Alright, I'm gonna warm this up with my hands, but the lubricant is gonna be a little cold. If you lay back and put your feet in the stirrups, try to relax. What I experienced next was 45 seconds of the most excruciating pain of my life. I felt as if I had been stabbed through my entire body, and with this came a wave of psychological horror. At the realization that things can go inside my body. This is insane. This is insanity right fucking here. This is something you would expect to find in the notebook of a fucking serial killer. A wave of psychological horror at the realization that things can go inside my body. Wait, is this the one I want? No, I don't want that one. Is it the first? Is it Silent Hill 1 that has the da 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 da? What song is that? Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. This is the one I was looking for. The tail of Pyramid Head? I like that someone tweeted at one of the guys who worked on Silent Hill 2, like one of the devs or designers or whatever, tweeted at him what's under the pyramid head's pyramid, and the guy just replied, head. Of course, I already knew this fact intellectually. Embodied knowledge is an entirely different matter. What my body told me was that this intrusion of the outside world into my internal physical being was wrong on a level too deep for words. And then next thing I knew, I was in a roadside rest stop bathroom near Lake Toluca. I don't specifically remember getting dressed or leaving the appointment. I do remember that as soon as I got back to my car, I burst into tears and cried for half an hour like a little bitch. After that, I felt too shaky to drive home, but I had brought a book. So you're not too shaky to read. By the way, she couldn't read till she was 12. Her Wikipedia article attributes this to dyslexia. However, I think it's just parental. I don't think her parents ever sent her to school or taught her to read. Because there's no actual other references to dyslexia other than that. So I sat and read until I finished it. Okay, so she read a book. Hold on, let me get caught up on chat real quick. Pyramid Head was James' revulsion at being too horny, so some tweaks that could fit this situation. I don't know that it was Pyramid Head was anything that specific. I think Pyramid Head was just like the penultimate, like the pinnacle of all of James's guilt and problem, just all the shit James had going on, just like all commingled and into one big scary thing. I don't think Pyramid Head's supposed to be terribly specific. That's scary. So he's got a giant triangle with meat for a head. I don't know. He's got a head. Base Steph. This bitch is crazy. Yes, she is. I think Pyramid Head under the helmet is just James' face. She's talking about routine swabbing like she's being tortured at the Tower of London. Born again, almost certainly. Big scary struggle snuggle monster with big rusty cleaver who needs to stop appearing. Yeah, they ruined him. He's really good in 2, which I've considered streaming since I did stream 1, and I haven't played 2 since high school. But you know, it's actually a good game. But he's really effective in that. The way they use him in that. Anyways, if I could have removed the vagina out of my... Oh, well, here we go. She heads her vagina out of my body after that experience. I would have. In lieu of that, I promised myself that nothing would enter it ever again. Ever again. That's a weird fucking... So, no, not even a tampon? Oh, gee, I wonder where she went to fucking work. Just sew it shut. Yeah, become a Muslim. You'll be fine. Oh, God. A cloaca. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, you know what? If I had a I'm not even a girl, but as a boy, I remember like being a little boy and like being like, man, if I had a vagina, I'd stick shit up there all the time. Not even in like a sexual way, just like almost like a kangaroo's. Like when you think of like a kangaroo's pouch as a kid, you think that it's just like a big pocket that they can just stick whatever into to carry around, you know? Am I alone in that? Um, what strain am I smoking? Well, I have been smoking Cheezel, actually. Um, Nature's a prison wall. Oh God, why are we? No, stop, stop, stop with the coffee grounds. Also, it's not that she allowed that to happen, Robo. It's that her parents never gave her, I guess, more than one just like menstrual pad to use. And they didn't have running water or electricity. So they just like lived in their own filth. Like these are the kinds of things where I'm like, this is actually like as happy of a face as you can try and put on all this. Like some horrific shit probably was going on. Her parents were hippies, but like 1992 hippies. So basically, just I don't I don't even know. They were weird and they fucked their kids up. 40 cents to $1. Hey, Kai, welcome. Glad to see you. Welcome. After graduating from college, I tried to stay in touch with some of my fellow art majors by getting together with them once a month. Hey, Maya, can I ask you kind of a personal question? Go for it. Are you gay? Once again, proving women have no gaydar. I was surprised because I thought I'd been out in college. I made a point of posting about it on Facebook every day on National Coming Out Day. And I went to Pride in the City. I guess some people missed the memo. There's that narcissism again. Bye, actually. Very cool. High five. Haha. My gaydar is so bad. Before my little brother came out to me, I had no clue he was gay. See, I told you guys. And we're only 16 months apart, almost like twins. Can you imagine being bi? What if we were both just as crazy about girls as we are about boys? We'd probably die. I'd bet I'm less than half as interested in boys and girls combined than you are in boys alone. Lol. Who writes lol? And they're okay. I'm gonna have a fucking seizure or something, a stroke or something. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you write LOL in your own memoir, in your own thought bubble? Who thinks LOL in their head? It hurts me. It hurts me. It does. Honestly, to be like, I'll be completely honest. I'll be completely honest. The biggest problem I think I have with the trans community is their abuse of the English language. I know I can barely speak it myself, but I have a great love of the English language, and they fucking treat it like a fucking joke, and that's what I personally take. That's the biggest issue I have with the trans community. Not that I have issues, I love the trans community. I love all the letter people, alphabet people, as Dave Chappelle calls them. I love the L's, the G's, the B's, the T's, the Q's, the I's, the A's, the two S's, the the Jews, the N's. I'm a turf. Yeah, J.K. Rowling's my role model. I hope I can be just like her someday. What I have against the LGBT community evidence. Sorry, I'm getting caught up on chat. The P can well, I think we all know what should be done with the P. All I'm gonna say is I got two words: shallow grave. How's that? Is that clear enough? When I was 14 or so, I told a close friend, I think I'm asexual. You can't be. I've seen you lust after people. Well, yeah, but not very often, and I don't enjoy it. I remember my first year. Wait, they don't enjoy lusting after people? Like being attracted to people? They don't enjoy? Who doesn't enjoy being, like. I've never thought of being attracted to people as something enjoyable or unenjoyable. That's really weird. Am I alone in that? Why have sex when you can have cake? How about we just cuddle? Asexuals have other things on their mind. A lot of women. Alison Bechdel writes in Fun Home about discovering. Alison Bechdel is a famous feminist writer. She's probably most well known for the Bechdel test. I don't know if this is condescending to explain what that is, but it actually is a legit good rule of for if you are a creative writer and you do want to write um like decent female characters into your story, which is the Bechdel test is for something that it's for something it's like three criteria that to pass the Bechdel test, a story or a movie has to meet all three, which is that fuck, I'll just pull it up. It's very simple. The movie has to have at least two women in it who talk to each other about something other than a man. That's it. Um, with a master's in, yeah, she has remember, she has a master's in fine arts and comics. That's a great line. That's a great movie. Not Logics. I love that part. Um, Alison Bechtel writes in Fun Home about discovering masturbation soon after her first period. Page 170. Thanks for citing the page where she talks about masturbating for the first time, and like in case I wanted to look it up. Why would you? That's a weird. And like, I'm sure there's multiple editions of this book. God damn, this bitch is crazy. I didn't know then that there was a word for the oddly gratifying motion of rocking back and forth in my chair as I drew at my desk. Oh my god. I discovered it at around the same age, followed by the further realization that my ability to become aroused was governed by a strict law of diminishing returns, an elaborate fantasy based on Plato's Symposium. Why is her fantasy involve a grown man and a little boy? Why is that her fantasy? The more I had to interact with my genitals, the less likely I was to reach a point of any satisfaction. See, this is why I think she was sexually abused. The best fantasy was one that didn't require any physical touch at all. Hi Tyler, how are you? Hey yo, for real, why is she thinking about men? What is she, gay? I have no clue. Sponsored by Nambla. Fun fact, Nambla was considered part of the LGBT movement up until like the late 80s, early 90s. Like they literally marched in gay pride parades and stuff. They were like they were considered like a fringe group of the gay community, but they were an accepted part of the gay community. It was when the lesbians got involved and they like started like working together, like gay men and lesbians, and it was the lesbians who were like, whoa, 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 whoa. What is this Nambla bullshit? No, get this the fuck out of there. And also some like gay organization had gotten like UN funding, I think, when when Clinton was president, and when they found out that they had links to Nambla, they were like, you have to cut those links, or else we will cut the money that we promised to give you. This is being shown to kids. This is in thousands of children's school libraries across the U.S. right now. Also, Sword's Shadow Ray tile drop would be perfected to just drop during this. Yeah, where lesbian, like, if you notice, it's usually the men who are the real troublemakers. Like, lesbians aren't as aggressive as some gay men are about that kind of stuff, and like female to male trans people tend to be a lot uh, more stable than male to female trans people. uh, I've always thought I had a fairly vivid imagination. Also, like, again, this is another example of how it skips around. Like, the time, there's no structure at all as far as time period. I've always thought I had a fairly vivid imagination, but around age 16, she was 14 in the last scene, I felt like I'd run through literally every sexual fantasy. Wasn't she asexual like 2 pages ago? I'd used up all my wank bank material. This led to the first time I gave up wanking. Oh my god, she actually used the word wanking. There was an ad back in the day to be cautious gay men around children. Oh, you're talking about like that like 1950s like school film? Why didn't she use that? Well, yeah, why didn't she use that imagination like for the benefit Jillian flicking the bean? This wanking is something men do. Oh, you're right. You're right. I didn't even think about that. I just thought it was weird that she, because most Americans don't say wanking. In 2005, this hiatus was intentional, but next slide, please. I had two more unintentional hiatuses in college. How do you have an unintentional hiatus of masturbating or not? I had no idea what to make of this annual pattern of asexuality. Um, so it's very, very, very common among adult women who were sexually abused as children to go through periods of intense hypersexual behavior, and then like completely shut down and go into like basically like sexual hibernation. Hi, Marquis Obscurite. I'm reading Gender Queer, a memoir. It's scarring. This girl ain't right. No, she ain't. I had no idea what. Was it a hormone imbalance? Was I malnourished? Was my body operating on a seasonal sexual cycle like a bird? I think this is just an attempt at a joke, and obviously I was way too embarrassed to ask anyone about this. But 99% of this bitch's problems would be solved if she just asked someone about it. That girl ain't right, I tell you what. In 2013, I discovered Erica Moen's webcomic Oh Joy Sex Toy. I don't know what this is. Never heard of this. I don't know. I'm I have my eyes closed right now because I feel like I have like if I had a webcam right now, like the expression on my face would just be like 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 when your dad tells you, "I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed." You know, it isn't fun. God, King of the Hill was a brilliant show. It's really underrated. In a comic from November of that year, she talks about the first sex toy she ever purchased, a $10 bullet vibrator. Moen writes, "My first orgasm is still one of my most vivid, lovely experiences. It was the first time I ever loved my body." The way she talks about orgasms makes me wonder if actually I've never had one. I guess I should get one of these and try it. Oh no. A few weeks later, I bought one. I remember leaning in my bedroom doorway, imagining how good this vibrator was going to make me feel. I got off by pressing the front of my jeans, the unopened box in my hand. But when the time came to actually turn it on, doesn't she live with her parents? I'll try the lowest setting. That's what Erica used in the comic. Bzz. I guess I just press it down there. This feels very weird. I don't think I like this. Okay, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Turn off, turn off. Haha, well, that was not for me. Wary. A little while later. Hey, Phoebe, what's up? Got you a cool birthday present. It's a vibrator. So I bought this vibrator. Ooh. Well, it's not that exciting because I don't really like it. She really is giving it to her? I guarantee you she didn't, I guarantee you she did not wash it first. I only used it once for like a minute, then I washed it super well. I think she just wrote that in the comic. I doubt she did. I'm not going to use it again, but I feel bad throwing it away. Do you want it? Haha, sure. She puts on a latex glove. Just like takes it between like her pointer finger and her thumb. Goes immediately, dumps it in a burn barrel outside, douses it with lighter fluid, drops a match. Blah 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 blah. Okay, sorry. That's a UTI waiting to happen. Why would someone write and draw this in all seriousness? Because they're mentally ill, Ranger. And they saw an opportunity to cash in on gender identity politics when they clearly lack the talent for both writing and art. Back when FB first added more gender options. Yeah, don't you guys all remember exactly when that was? I remember where I was standing when that happened. Her sister might actually used it. No, God no. God no, not Logix. I would never pay money for this. Should I choose one? As if she ever debated to thump, to thump. That's not the sound your heart makes. Why is my heart pounding? No one cares about Facebook. So did she do it or not? In June 2014, I celebrated 10 years of keeping my book list by drawing a short comic about it. It featured... That was nothing! That was one page of just filler. Like, if anything could ever be called filler, this is it. In June 2014, I celebrated 10 years of keeping... Oh, yeah. It featured statistics about my decade of reading. No one cares how many books you read or who you read. You read Full Metal Alchemist. You read a lot of manga and shit. And Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. This comic was very warmly received by book lovers, teachers, and librarians, but I remember thinking, librarians, this is definitely the last autobiographical comic I will ever write. That's a weird thing to think. The only thing I feel comfortable with strangers knowing about me is what I read. Hashtag narcissism, yeah. Not long after this, I had a conversation about the word cisgender with a cis straight male friend from high school. Uh-oh. We about to get straw man, boys. I feel like this word... I feel like this word just came out of nowhere. I never even seen it before a month ago. Now it's in all of these online spaces. If you don't know what it means, people call you an asshole. It's not hard to look up the meaning of a word. Google it. Yeah, but like, well, do you identify as cisgender? Not really. You don't? No. It was the first time I'd said that out loud. I'm screenshotting just that one panel. There. Wait, where'd it go? There. Oh, that's too good. Do you feel sad that you weren't born with a dick? Lol, sometimes. So she says it out loud too. Oh. Naturally, I relayed this whole exchange to another queer female friend. And then I guess I ended up coming out to him completely. I can't keep the voices straight. I think he was just like, he seems like, I think he was just like in that state of shock where he was like, so do I stomp the shit out of you or not? Like, do I commit a hate crime right now or not? I'm confused. And then I guess I ended up coming out to him completely by accident. It can't be by accident if you could, if it was a yes or no question and you answered it. Like, kind of like how you just said it to me right now. Yeah, pretty much. I decided to talk to my mom about it. I know I told you ages ago that I'm bi, but I think now that I'm probably gender queer too, question mark. Also, she's using the what's that called? That women, the way they talk. Where their sentences go up at the end, like a question. I should know this, but I don't. Anyways. But she literally is doing that in her writing. What do you mean? Well, I'm still sorting it out, what it means, and how it explains too. But, like, I've never felt female or identified as being female. Specifically things like having breasts or a period. No one likes having their period. I mean, I know. I'd also like to add, I think this might be a bigger factor than people realize in the amount of girls that hit puberty and then decide that they're trans, is that it's not a particularly pleasant change physically. So I could understand being like, yeah, fuck this, I don't want to be, I do, you know. Except now there's like all these people that instead of being like, yeah, well, that's just part of becoming a woman, but you know, you'll learn to deal with it. It's part of growing up. It's like, well, why don't we just chop your tits off and call it gender affirming care? Alright, who asked me what I was smoking earlier? Not Logic. I've now switched strains to Cookie Dose. That's the problem. Her brain's not working right because it doesn't have enough testosterone. But I feel like it goes deeper than that for me. My whole life I've wished for a magical way to switch between genders. So that you could be male sometimes? I don't know how close you guys are with your parents. I don't know that I'd have this conversation with my parents. With my mom. Maybe it's different for girls and their moms. They tend to, I've always gotten the impression they're more open about this kind of stuff. Mark T, I do not remember that, but none of that surprises me. Sort of, but not exactly. It's more about not being female than being male. I just hate I hate myself, really. Is that what the lesson is going to be at the end? Is that in the end, it was herself she hated it all along? You don't have to be super feminine to be a woman. I'm not. I know. But, like, you don't hate having a vagina, do you? No, of course not. I hope you don't hate your body. No, I don't hate my body. I don't have chronic pain or any of the other health issues so many of my friends deal with. The majority of my body's great. There are just a few bits I don't like. Like my tits. For example, if I could just remove my entire reproductive system, that would be ideal. But what about having kids? Ugh. I've told you 100 times I'm never having children. I wish you wouldn't say that. You'd be such a good mom. No, she would not. That's one of no. That. If there's anything good to come out of any of this, it's that she will never reproduce. Please, dear God, never let this woman reproduce. She would be a monster of a mother. She would like I can't imagine. Like it would, she would make Livia Soprano look like fucking June Cleaver. Just castrate yourself now. Yeah, this is the closest she's come to actually giving the story background. Actually, if you guys want to see something funny, if I put the background as the, is it sepia? Look at what it does, because she uses the same color as the background in so many of her drawings. It makes it like almost like unreadable. No, I wouldn't. I'd be constantly resenting the kid for taking up all of my time. Yeah, I saw that. This is gonna get good. I'm way too selfish for parenting. This is actually the most like accurate self-reflection that she's showed so far. Plus the thought of growing a parasite being inside my own body makes me want to vomit. Parasite? Haha, what? Huh? I like how even her hippie mom is like, who lives in a commune, is like, the fuck are you talking about, bitch? You crazy. Yeah, she is. She's a horrible person. She like I said, I'm predicting cluster B personality disorder. I don't think that she's capable of truly feeling joy. Like, at what point has she really talked about being, like, happy, truly happy? She's talked about good things happening to her and being, like, but just, like, being happy, you know? Like, also, for whatever reason, this made me want to play Metroid. Splish splash the fetus in the trash. God. Uh, I would personally set up a, if she ever got pregnant, I'd personally set up a, like, GoFundMe to raise the money required to abort her child. I would do it personally. You know, if like I'd do whatever I could to ensure that she never has a child, because she's gonna fuck that kid up so fucking bad. She would. You're right. She'd be like she actually, to be honest, she would get jealous of the baby getting more attention than her. Is my honest prediction. If go fuck your face if she never reproduced. I want About 24 hours later, they're still arguing, I guess. I want you to know I never thought of you as a parasite while I was pregnant. Oh, good. A few days before the start of our second year of grad school, July 20... Oh my god. Why is this so specific? July 2014, Ashley R. Guillory. Is that how you say that? Yeah, no, she'd be another fucking, who's that bitch in Florida? Who, who killed her kid? You guys know who I'm talking about. With an important question. Is it okay if I bring a One Direction poster for our dorm? Yeah, dude. You know I'm putting up all kinds of nerdy shit, like One Direction. Yeah, exactly, Larry. You got fucking Louise Hunt 2.0. Yeah, I didn't know who you're talking about. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Hellboy. So what are their names again? Zane, Lewis, Neil, Liam, and Harry. On her Apple. The music started to infuse our work sessions. One Direction? Hey, Bulbasario. I am kind of dead inside. I started to be able to recognize the boys in Tumblr posts. Wow, you got facial recognition down. Good for you. You're in grad school, goddamn. Then we watched the documentary on One Direction. Before I knew it, I had been sucked into the fandom. Okay, One Direction is a boy band, right? Because it's probably they purchased it from Balenciaga. The release of One Direction's fourth album coincided with my first crush in several years. A family health crisis, that's a weird thing to have a crush on. The slow, painful ending of my oldest and dearest friendship. Notice no details on that, which makes me think that it was completely her fault. And my last year of grad school. Like many before me, I poured all of my feelings into writing fan fiction. It's not what I was expecting. In my story, all of the 1D boys, oh, that sounds so gay, are lusting after each other and is destroying their friendship. Over the next 12 months, I produced nearly 100,000 words. She spent a year of her life writing 100,000 words of gay fan fiction of featuring the members of One Direction. And she included this in her memoir. But when the time came to give my angsty characters a break and finally let them make out, oh, I ran into a small problem. I don't know how to write about kissing. I need to make out with someone for research. I have a very strict policy of never making out with my friends, so it'll have to be a stranger. Man, it's weird that you have all these policies conveniently already in place, but you've never made out with someone. Where do I find a stranger who will make out with me? Tinder? But I don't have a smartphone. I'll ask Phoebe about it. Dude, just upgrade your phone. I'm sure it's been more than 2 years. I have never upgraded. You're still using your first phone? How old is it? 5 years? It's only 4. Note, I didn't get my first phone or my driver's license until I was 21 and a senior in undergrad. I'm taking you to the Verizon store tomorrow. Yay! Will you also help me set up a Tinder profile? I need to make out with someone soon for the fan fiction. OMG, yes! To put this commitment to put this commitment to research into perspective, other things I did in service of my fan fiction include watch 10 hours of live college modern dance performances. How is this helping? Spent several days driving around San Francisco scouting locations. Toured the SF Armory, which at the time housed the filming studios of Kink.com, which I guarantee you that's the real reason she was there. I also scrolled through many yes, no, maybe lists online trying to decide my ships were sexually compatible as you do. One day I found this kink defined on Wikipedia. Alright, this is what Tim Pool spoiled for me. Autoandrophilia refers to a person assigned female at birth who is sexually aroused at the thought or image of having male genitalia or being a man. Wow, I never knew there was a word for that. For me. Wow, I have a label for myself now. My brief Tinder journey. I matched with 6 women, ABCXYZ. I sent all of them a first message. 4 of them responded. 2 of those responses developed into conversations. I asked if they wanted to meet in person, and they both said, yeah, hell yeah. That's AGP. God, I can't keep it straight. There's too many fucking acronyms. I feel like this is breaking my brain. Gay juice. Really? Was Tinder around in 2012? Anyways, so I picked a time to meet candidate Y. She had come off as shy in our messages. I tried to get a sense of her hobbies, interests, and aspirations, but she seemed hesitant to reveal them. Candidate Y, why is there, what is this flowchart? Candidate Y arrived 30 minutes late. I waited because it was my first ever date. That's really late. It soon became clear that every activity in her life revolved around alcohol. Her dream was to get her bartending license. Her hobby was drinking to black out multiple times per week. The reason she was late was that she had totaled her car the night before, and so had to walk to the coffee shop. Within 45 minutes, it seemed clear we had nothing in common, which didn't stop her from asking if I wanted to go back to her place. Maybe she just wanted to ride back to her apartment, but I said no. Oh my god. Since that date constituted 100% of my dating experience, I was more than a little nervous for my meeting with Candidate Z. I needn't have been. She was amazing. Some queer stuff. We talked for nearly 3 hours. I learned she'd been married and divorced, loved reptiles and books, and had recently gone back to school to finish her degree. Her day job was managing a sex toy store. It's a weird way of phrasing that. You should just say a sex store. Or like an adult novelty shop. Sex toy store sounds... TSA's worst night. She has not gotten her tits lopped off. Whether or not she's in college just depends on what story she feels like telling at the moment. Okay, we talked for, yeah. Ha ha ha, she laughs. You are much cuter than your pictures showed. I was thinking that too. Thank you for saying it first. As I drove home, I remember thinking, forget research. I want to make out with her for myself. We plan a second date. In the interest of transparency, you should know I'm 25 years old and I've never had sex. I haven't kissed anyone since elementary school. My main kink is autoandrophilia. Penetration is a hard no for me, and I'm weirdly grossed out by some bodily fluids. Unfortunately, I probably wouldn't feel comfortable going down on you. Next time I'm holding hands and walking, like just have like going for a stroll with a potential new romantic interest, I'm just gonna be like, oh, and P.S. I don't eat pussy. Hold on, let me get caught up on chat. Oh god, what'd I do? What'd I do? Sex Toy Story was a stop motion skit on Mad TV back in the 90s, was it really? I left the video to badly play Silent Hill on the browser around the time she mentioned to a friend she was asexual. What happened? Dating, writing 100,000 words of erotic fanfiction. That is true. Asexual till it's convenient for what her dad diddled her, yes. That's one hell of a paragraph to say you're mentally ill, but okay. Imagine being in a relationship like that and not being like, not just like you're like, and like your partner says something, like gives you this monologue, and you don't like start having a panic attack inside, and in your head you're just like, don't just act normal, don't let them see it, but you gotta get the fuck away from this person as soon as possible. If literally any of that is a deal breaker for you, I'll completely understand. If you want to bow out at the end of this date because of any reason, I won't be offended. No, that's a deal breaker for me. Yay. There's actually something I should tell you too. Oh yeah? What's that? I'm just a I'm just a dude. I stopped shaving my pubic hair and legs cuz well, I've been doing it for like 10 years and I don't want to anymore. Mm. But all my hair is kind of half grown in right now. Hopefully that's not too gross for you. It's no big deal. I have literally all of the hair on every part of my body. They just love fucking not shaving. Have you ever shaved your pubic hair? Nope. That's so brave. Brave? I always thought of it as lazy. It is lazy, it's not brave. Shave your pubes, ladies. Men, I don't give a fuck what you do with your pubes. Fast forward. Okay. We've been dating for 2 months. Fast forward, we've been dating for 2 months. We've made out, we've had sex. However the fuck that works. We've moved on to sexting at work. Is that a step up from having sex? Welcome to the library. I got a new. Oh my god. I got a new strap on harness today. I can't wait to put it on you. It will fit my favorite dildo perfectly. You're going to look so hot. I can't wait to have. I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you inside me. Holy shit. This is the most turned on I've ever been in my life. I'm dying. He's gonna ejaculate like on a like on some like row of books and blame it on a homeless guy, isn't he? This is the visual I've been picturing. But I can't feel anything. This was much hotter when it was only in my imagination. Hey, Z? Let's try something else. Of course. Everything we did today was a good experience. But now that I've had sex a few times, I'm not sure I really need any more. Trying to get off in front of someone is kind of weird. I think when I do orgasm, it's not because of my body, but in spite of it. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Chat is out of control. I'd rather play Exocolonist. A few days later. I don't think, I'm sorry, I think the fact that I don't see myself as, or understand myself as a female person, but that most of the people I interact with do, it's actually damaging all of my relationships, even ones with family and friends. Sex just throws this into high relief because it involves contact with genitals. Maybe you're right about the autism. God damn. Hold on, let me get caught up on chat. This chat was moving really fast. Or pretty fast. Thank you, Sword, for being our sin eater. You're welcome. AIDS. Yeah, and she says she's autistic as fuck, but not in the hot way. I don't blame you, not Logics. Is that game good? I've heard it's very good, but I tried playing. I was like, I should start with Witcher 1 or 2. And I could not get into either one of them at all. But I've heard the third one is like a big major step up in like every aspect. How are they? Yeah, I know they're kind of as like my understanding is like they're kind of the sequel a sequel to the stories. Cuz I think canonically like the literature uh does end with Geralt and what's her face? Yennefer dying in that riot, in the race riot. Uh, uh, the books are much different from the games. Obviously, in the game store, faithful for the show was. Oh well, I'm not even considering the show as part of the franchise. Yeah, hey Hazardous Bill, how are you? Yeah, you know it it uses the same engine as like Neverwinter Nights. Um Witcher 1 is rough, found Witcher 2 a little rougher. 3 is Fable Combat, which I enjoy a lot. I can't remember Fable Combat. I like how we're talking about good games I could be playing right now instead of reading this. That's good to know, not Logix. Maybe I'll hold off then. This whole dating, Geralt, he never had any of these problems. I can tell you that much. This whole dating thing is making me more and more confused and less happy. That's a weird phrasing. I don't think I want to do it anymore. So when she told me, I'm starting to get a real crush on you. I'm really sorry, but I need to stop dating for a while. I have too much gender stuff to figure out first. And that, dude, I would be legit offended if someone broke up with me and gave me that excuse. I would be like, come on, just don't insult my intelligence. Just be honest and tell me the real fucking reason. Don't give me some bullshit excuse like that. Stop at any point, blame you. Hazardous Bill. I'm currently playing Judgment. For the first time, but I'm not terribly far into it. I can't remember when I first started seeing pronouns listed on people's profiles on Tumblr. 2015? Earlier? Green Frog, they, them, ask archive? Is that a joke about chemicals in the water turning the frogs gay? But the first person I remember getting to know who uses they, them pronouns was one of my CCA teachers. I want to blow my brains out. She literally looks like a clown. Judgment's good so far. It's a little weird in how, I don't know. It's just a little weird because it's slightly different from Yakuza, like in the kind of like, because of how do I say this? Because of your roles in society are different. You kind of gotta put yourself in a different mindset. Hold on one sec. Okay, hold on. I gotta do something real quick. I will be right back. In the meantime, which I should be back in like 2 seconds, but don't go anywhere. Like, comment, subscribe, share the link out, all that stupid stuff. Be right back.
I wear my wife's when I go to the town. You think it's gross when I'm wearing her pantyhose. You call me sick and you call me a clown. I think I might have human tonight. The come to me, cause I'm coming to you. I think I might have you for a bite. I'm gonna cook me up some He-Man stew, cause transvestites can be cannibals too. And I'll feel better after I eat you, cause I hate people when they're not polite. If you end up on my table, then it serves you right. And when I was young, I wore my sister's clothes. I liked to paint my nails, and I had secrets no one knows. But now that I'm grown up, I cook dinner for my wife. I still carry my secrets along with the butcher's knife. Right. I hate the popular people, cause I ain't popular. I'll eat these words tomorrow, cause I'm bipolar. It's okay to be different, unless you're all by yourself. You think you're so fucking special. I just don't understand the reason why I sin. Why can't I be a bigger man and walk away when you tear me down and make me feel like I'm worth nothing? But then again, I'm sure that you deserve what you'll be getting. And when I was young, I wore my sister's clothes. I liked to paint my nails, and I had secrets no one knows. But now that I'm grown up, I cook dinner for my wife. I still carry my secrets along with the butcher's knife. Alright. So you don't like being tied up? Well, I don't like being me. You're so shallow-minded, you think I'm only what you see. Take me out of the herd and put me on display in front of your friends, not knowing that this mistake could lead to your miserable end. 'Cause I'm rude, I'm ugly, I'm everything you hate, and I'm here tonight to put you on my plate. I don't care for your opinion, I don't want your point of view. Tonight I'll have a feast with compliments to you. And when I was young, I wore my sister's clothes. I liked to paint my nails, and I had secrets no one knows. But now that I'm grown up, I cook dinner for my wife. I still carry my secrets along with the butcher's knife.
I timed that actually really well. Hello, how is everyone? I'm back. Yeah, Midnight Sun looks like garbage. Like, and I know nothing about it other than, I've just seen like basically like it being advertised. Like I've seen the cover and I'm like, and like a couple screenshots and I'm like, that looks like absolute garbage. XCOM 3 would be nice. However, XCOM 2 wasn't that great, so actually, I mean, it was an improvement. It's a great game, but when I say it wasn't that great, I mean it had a lot of issues. Anyways, let's get into pronouns. Melanie Gilman. They are a comics professor, author of As the Crow Flies, an all-around excellent person. My classmates and I were determined not to misgender them, but we made frequent mistakes. Check out the schnoz on Melanie Gilman there, by the way. I would correct people. What did Melanie say was due today? Redacted. Incorrect. She redacted. She self-said. What's the point of saying incorrect? Because it's obviously going to be she. What? Set to turn in our business cards. Why would you redact something you wrote yourself? You mean they said. Arg, yes. The SCP truths. Only to turn around and make the exact same mistake 30 seconds later. It's almost like this is a horrible, unnatural use of the English language that makes no sense and shouldn't be like people should not have to change the way they talk because of you say so. You don't think she's Italian? I would correct people because I'm pretentious. That's all, nothing better to do with my life. Narcissism, narcissistic personality disorder. I called it early. What's due to Melanie? Redacted, said the business cards. You mean they said ARG? Except that time it's her doing it herself. Learning to use new words is hard at first, but I practiced all semester. They teach our class. They are non-binary. Imagine exerting mental energy memorizing this completely useless bullshit. They like kayaking. They wear cool earrings. Somewhere along the way it clicked. What's due to Melanie on Monday? They want our website graphics. So I was on his blog last week. Actually, Rob uses they, them pronouns now. Do they? That's cool. Right, so I was on their blog, and it became easy. At Thanksgiving in 2015, my sister brought her new boyfriend to stay with me and my parents. That's incorrect grammar, but whatever. It's not like this was edited or anything. For the first time. Amala Kure. Man, he sounds like an STD, his name. Like, yeah, man, last spring break I got Amila Kure real bad. All over my balls. He is an engineer at JPL, owner of many Hawaiian shirts, a lover of camping and dogs. He's the first person I've watched take testosterone. Oh God, is he juicing the Coomray? Oh no, it's just another tranny. So your period stopped months ago. Wow, amazing. You know, if you're just getting on birth control, you can. Anyway. So why do you identify as non-binary rather than as a trans man? Because really, I want people to be confused about my gender at all times. Oh my God, she straight up just admitted this. Her whole motivation is that she wants people. She just wants to fuck with people. This is pure narcissism. This is just an attention-seeking behavior laid bare. I don't want a beard, and I don't want to change my voice. I don't want more gendered traits. I want less. If tea magically makes you grow a dick, though, I'll let you know. A few months after breaking up with Z, I pondered reopening Tinder. I like how it like it's a restaurant or something. She's like, I'm thinking about reopening Tinder. I don't regret trying out the whole dating romance thing because now I have some context for what people talk about all the time. So, whatever happened to that story that she was like her whole excuse for hooking up with someone was so she would know how to write like erotic fan fiction, and then it just like never got mentioned again. She wants to look like Marilyn Manson from that one album cover of his. She's the mind of person to eat something you were saving and then try and gaslight you to think you left it for everyone using training depression Olympics. Do I want to try out romantic emotional commitment with someone else? Honestly, no. But I never figured out how to end my fan fiction. Hey, Ashley, would you please write all of the sex scenes for my fan fiction? Obviously, I'd create you as a co-author on AO3 and owe you eternal gratitude. I've been waiting for you to ask. Oh, so she, alright, she's dying to write gay sex scenes, I guess. I wonder how well their rhyme styles will mesh. I'm sure it'll be completely seamless. I have several thousand words written already. I'm emailing them to you now. She's already written several thousand words about gay fanfic bullshit. OMG, I'm so excited to read them. Thank you. Perfect. Problem solved. Delete Tinder, yes. I remember when I first realized I never had to have children. It was like walking out of a narrow alley into a wide open field. I never have to get married. I never have to date anyone. I don't even have to care about sex. These realizations were like gifts that I gave to myself. This makes me legit feel bad for them. Just like on a human level. Like something's terribly broken inside of them. Hold on. Something's terribly broken inside of them. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't think it's fixable. I don't think there's anything they can do. I don't think that this person is genuinely capable of ever truly understanding, like, a healthy relationship of any kind or experiencing any kind of true joy in life or love. They largely see people as no different from objects. That's how you know she's a trash rhino. Oh yeah. There was a photo of me at about 8. Oh god, why is she flashing her panties? There was a photo of me about age 4 posing with a kid, unaware or uncaring that my mermaid undies are also on display. Yeah, because you're 4, and that's different from when you're like 14. This is the future liberals want. By first grade, I had switched from girl underwear to soft cotton shorts. My mom called these bike shorts and bought them for me without comment. That's weird. That there's no explanation for why she just started doing that all of a sudden. When I started my period, I quickly realized that pads and shorts were not compatible. Which six-pack do I hate the least? See, she's just an angry person. Like she's like one of those people that you're like, you imagine like sitting down for like dinner with, it's like a family dinner, and you're like, just don't ask Maya how her day was or whatever you do. She won't say fine. You'll it'll start a big thing. Just it's I guarantee you she's never had a good day in her life. Very reluctantly, I returned to the girls section. I bought essentially the exact same ones for 15 years. I'd pull out the inevitable pink and purple pairs and give them to Phoebe, keeping only the dark neutral colors for myself. Yeah, because those are the boy colors, right? And where are you, Hanes Cotton Bikini Cut 6-pack? It's not here? Phoebe! What? They don't have any of my plain underwear. Everything has lace on it. What do I do? Help me! Do you want to look in the boys section? Yes! Wait, is that an option? Will anything fit me? Amila gets his there. Wow! There's a men's section of Target. There you go. These have dinosaurs. These have spaceships. These have comics on them. Tux, are you coming inside? Come on in. She's literally like a child. But will they fit me? Will I be comfortable? We'll rip open a pack in the dressing room and you can try them on over your other underwear, okay? So how do you feel? They feel good. No, they feel great. Looks like, holy shit. I can't believe I'm blanking on this. The Neutron Boy? Atom Man and Neutron Boy? When I got home, it seemed like a small miracle. 6 pairs of underwear in a pack, and not one of them was pink! Why did I waste so many years buying underwear that I hated? I could have been wearing cute, nerdy briefs this whole time. I don't know. Like I said, like I've been saying, there is no plot to any of this. They're like, I don't know, like they're made out of sheet metal or something. Yeah, Ranger, that's a consistent thing I've noticed among non-binary people is they're incredibly sexist when it comes to what they define as feminine and masculine traits. No spoilers, please. Jesus. Hold on. How would I help support? Oh God. Oh God. How would I help support a young person who came to me with the same feelings I have about gender? Reading The Gender Creative Child by Diane Ehrensaft. Okay. What do you want to bet Early Life says? Does she not have a Wikipedia? Diane Ehrensaft, PhD, is a developmental and clinical psychologist in the San Francisco Bay Area and director of mental health and founding member of the Child and Adolescent Gender Center, a partnership between the University of California, San Francisco, and community agencies. Dr. Ehrensaft's research and writing focus on the areas of child development, gender non-conforming, and transgender family or transgender children and youth, parenting, parent-child relationships, LGBTQI families, and psychological issues for families using assisted reproductive technology. Blah, 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 blah.
So let me give you an example. I have a colleague who's transgender, and there is a video of him as a toddler. So he was assigned female at birth. There's a video of him as a toddler tearing barrettes out of then her hair and throwing them on the ground and sobbing. That's a gender message. And when it happens not just once or twice or 3 times, that's a gender message.
A gender message.
Sometimes kids between the age of 1 and 2 with beginning language will say, I boy, when you say girl. Those 2 words, I boy. That's not a pre-verbal, but an early verbal message. And sometimes there's a tendency to say, well, honey, no, you're a girl because little girls have vaginas and you have a vagina, so you're a girl. And then when they get a little older, you'll hear them say, did you not listen to me? I said, I am a boy with a vagina. Okay, but they can't say that between 1 and 2. But they can show you about
but they can remember it.
And if they feel uncomfortable about how you are responding to them and their gender, if you're misgendering them. So you look for those kinds of actions, like tearing a skirt off. There was one, I think this was in the Barbara Walters special, where this child wore the little onesies with snap-ups in between the legs, and at age 1 would unsnap them to make a dress and have the dress flow. This was a child who was assigned male. That's a communication, a pre-verbal communication.
Alright, that's all I can take. That's all I can take. Jesus Christ. So that's what she's reading here. Yeah, she does, not... God help us that she's educating people. So that's who she's reading right now. Obviously, I would listen and believe them. I'd ask if they wanted to do some level of social transition. This is making me nervous, because I don't know what that means. If the kid hadn't hit puberty yet, I'd say try hormone blockers. But it's too late for that for me, sadly. It's too late to chemically castrate myself, sadly. I already have short hair, and I've been wearing non-gender specific clothes for years. I don't want to change my name, but I like the idea of changing pronouns. Female pronouns feel less and less accurate lately when I hear them used for me. But what would feel accurate? He, him, his, they, them, theirs, he or they? What am I? Crazy. I'll have to scratch my ears because they've been inside headphones and for like several hours. I don't know how long I've been streaming, but there. See, let him breathe a little. Okay, there we go. What are you, a freak? That miserable pile of freakishness. I first met Jaina B. See that she even drew a little bumblebee by her. A car, 2 of them. At Galen's family. Now, she's mentioned Galen before. That's the kid who she, like, grew up with on the hippie commune. It was, like, her family and one other family. And Galen was the boy who was, like, her age. I first met Jaina B at Galen's family's annual New Year's Eve party in 2003 when I was 14. Jaina B is a writer and zine maker, a collector of ephemera. Doesn't that just mean crap? Things that exist or are used or enjoyed for only a short time. Items of collectible memorabilia, typically written or printed ones that are originally expected to have only short-term usefulness or popularity. Yeah, so crap. Owner of an art house, not gallery, house in San Francisco, Granny's University of the Imagination. And I'd love to see the kind of graduates they produce. The first person I ever met who'd won NaNoWriMo. I don't know, are any of you guys enough of a weeb to know what that is? NaNoWriMo? What is NaNoWriMo? National Novel. I thought it was a video game. National Novel Writing Month. You try to write a whole 50,000 word book in just 30 days. What? You've done that more than once? 50,000 words in 1 month? My mind reeled. Yeah, that is a real thing. Jaina and I lost touch with each other and only reconnected at the New Year's Eve party in 2015. What have you been up to for the past decade? I've been ordained as a pagan priestess. Because, it can't be a priest or priestess. And I identify as non-binary now. Wow, me too. Tell me more. Wow, it's almost like we've undergone the same fucking brainwashing process. For me, female presentation has always been a performance. A fun performance with sequins, glitter, and wild hair. But for a lot of my life, I've felt like a drag queen in a female body. That makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. That makes no sense whatsoever. It makes 0 sense. I've been thinking about switching to they, them pronouns, but for some reason that doesn't feel quite right. What pronouns do you use? I use the Spivak pronouns. Oh, this is what the author uses, and I still don't really understand what this means. Air, as in ask M what E wants in air T. Air? I love those pronouns. I just got the biggest tingle down my spine. Because that's going to be a pain in the ass for people to have to learn. That was my reaction too. Asking people to start using new pronouns for me seems like such a huge request though. I know people will mess up. And then what do I do? You flip your shit on them, obviously. If I correct someone, will they get mad? It depends on how you correct them. I'd love to use these pronouns, but I don't want to inconvenience people. So instead of asking people to do something to make you feel more comfortable, you'd rather just feel a little uncomfortable all the time? Yes. Yes. Instead of asking society to bend to you, you should be willing to bend just a little bit to everyone else in society. You'd rather internalize and carry that discomfort every time someone who loves you misgenders you? Well, when you put it that way, as I pondered a pronoun change, Jesus Christ, I began to think of gender less as a scale and more as a landscape. I hate this so much. I hate so much of this. Let me look at chat. Chat, please have something interesting to say. Women, it's just like using a southern accent. The fuck those that mean. God, please let me win the lottery so I have enough money to be transphobic in public to whoever the fuck I want. Ask him what he wants for tea. Jesus Christ, they stole southern. Oh, yeah, that is a weird thing that I think it's weird. Have you noticed how they stole the word folk or folks, but they spell it FOLX because it's like a gender neutral term? But I'm like, that's like, you would think that they would not be down with appropriating Southern culture like that, but oh, she's guilting her narcissism hard. All troons really are like this. Sword, look at the funny mountains. The entire comic exudes deprivation and evil. Yes, I'm still suffering sin ear. Oh hey, she drew a background with more than one color. Yep, I remember that. Fuck them. They're stealing my goddamn language. Folks is offensive. Yes, it is. Putting X where it shouldn't be is an attempt against all language. Yes, it is. Language should not be controlled. Text, you can't be there. Sorry, buddy. You're gonna cause my computer overheat. Language should not be controlled from the top down. As I pondered a pronoun change, I began to think of blah blah blah. Some people are born in the mountains, while others are born in the or not in, but by the sea. Hold on, I've been saving this blunt. Show us my cat? I think I've shown pictures of him before. I don't have any handy at the moment, though. I don't think. I'll remind me and I'll post something in the Discord. Well, and to be honest, what I was smoking earlier was like more like a quarter to a third of a blunt that I had smoked most of last night and then put out. So this I just rolled earlier tonight. So some people are happy to live in the place they were born, while others must make a journey to reach the climate in which they can flourish and grow. Between the ocean and the mountains is a wild forest. That is where I want to make my home. Winter 2016. Does anyone want to trade brick for wheat? What are they playing? Sorry, no. Michael, my closest in age cousin. My Aunt Sherry, who came out as a lesbian feminist before I was born. Nope. How come everyone in her family is gay? Good luck, Wary. Enjoy your grandma's edibles. Don't overdo it. Know your dose. I guess it's the Settlers of Catan or whatever. I've never played it. Your turn. Thanks. So what do you two think would happen if I asked the family to use different pronouns for me? It's a weird time to bring it up. What pronouns would you? Well, it depends. Are they like made up bullshit pronouns or like what pronouns are we talking? My favorite are ear, but I realize those sound like. Let me stop you right there. No one's gonna call you that. But I realize those sound like made up words. Everyone's family loves and supports you, so I'm sure they'll give it their best effort. But we will also mess up a lot. What's more important, people changing the words they use for you, or changing how they think about you. Wow, her cousin has an IQ above room temperature. What's the point of Catan? It's Settlers of Catan, right? I just realized, like, I have no idea what it's actually about. And it was like a strategy game of some kind. I got Ticket to Ride Europe for Xmas. I pretend like I'm moving Jews across Europe. Tux, you can't. Tux, I love you, but you can't. Here, hold on. Hold on. Tux, fine, I'll turn the heater on. Look. Turn the heater on. So you can lie next to it. Okay? Okay, I'm back. Okay, Yes, the point of Catan is to build more cities, more roads, or have the largest army on the island of Catan for anyone else. Sort of like Monopoly, except it's more fun. Yes, play with the homies. Check it out sometime. I love Monopoly. Monopoly is my favorite board game. Although, okay, did you guys, in my family, growing up, Monopoly, it was basically like every man for himself. Like, if you could get away with cheating or it somehow, like, on your taxes, or like the rent, if someone's like, that'll be like $200 and you slip them like 180 and they don't count it right, like, that's part of the game. And I dated a girl several years ago, and oh, and the other thing, like, my family does, and people really don't like this when you play with them, is I take all my money, instead of like setting it out in front of me in stacks, I keep it all in one big stack with, like, small bills up front back to larger bills, so other players can't just like glance over and tell how much money I have very easily. Um, and yes, it does. It does. And also, if you're the banker, it makes it super easy to steal. A few years ago, I went to meet. I was dating this girl, and I went to meet her family for the first time, and we played Monopoly with her cousins. And at the end, after it was over, uh, I admitted to cheating. I was like, "Oh well, I was totally like stealing money from the bank, anyways." And they legit like got mad, like I get like it was weird because, like I said, in my family, that's like Monopoly's like the game where the goal is to screw each other over, and they like took it really seriously. I like, my girlfriend was like, "You have to apologize to my cousin for cheating at Monopoly. He's like 8 years old, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I was like, I thought that's just how the game's played, and apparently I made a very poor impression on uh, on everyone for cheating in Monopoly against a child. Yeah, 13 minutes. If people could just switch to thinking of me as gender non-binary, that'd be amazing. Well, the only way I could think of to initiate a switch in thinking is to start with a switch of words. If you ask me to start using new pronouns for you, of course I will, but I'd like you to explain why. Right now I don't understand, and I'm going to keep asking until I do. What if I'm never able to explain, but I can tell you that it would make me happy? Would that be reason enough? Your happiness is very important to me, but I have a hard time seeing this trend of female to male, trans, and gender queer young people as something other than a kind of misogyny, a deeply internalized hatred of women. Oh shit! Based aunt or grandma or whatever. Wary, in my defense, I totally caught him stealing the deed to a property. So, and I did try and use that actually as my defense, and apparently that made it look that made my, according to my girlfriend, that made it even worse, that I tried to like defend that I argued like, well, he did it first. um, I don't know how to explain that that's not what it is. I'm not very smart. The conversation lasted until past 1 a.m. When did it start? I mean, if it started at 1 p.m., that's a long time. But if it started at like 12:55 a.m., that's not that impressive. And I was finally getting ready to go. Are you sure you don't want to stay here? I'd rather you didn't drive so late. I'll be fine. Well, I know you are a grown woman, but be careful. I mean, you are a grown up person, sorry. Yes, thank you, as I drove home. That went pretty well. But there were a lot of points I never finished making. Will I ever feel like I've completely explained myself? At home, I tossed and turned over Sherry's misogyny comment. What if she's right? Our society's treatment of women is so toxic. Have I just been brainwashed into hating parts of myself? But no, I know that isn't true. I've spent my whole life not feeling male or female. I've always wanted a third option. I want to have my cake and eat it too. But why am I feel like this? Sometimes I... Oh, oh, fuck. Wait, what? Yeah. Okay. Sometimes I feel like my sexuality is broken and my gender is broken. I feel like there are all these wires in my brain which were supposed to connect body to gender identity and sexuality, but they've all been twisted into a huge gnarled mess. That's actually a very, very apt analogy for exactly what's happened to you. I confided these feelings to a long distance friend. Sometimes I feel like my brain is a machine built by someone who lost the instruction manual. You think she ever posted on R9K? Hold on. Oh god. I feel that way sometimes too. You should check out a book that my aunt wrote. I'm in no way trying to boost the sales of my aunt's book or anything. Called Touching a Nerve. Touching a 9-year-old. Self as brain. When I read it, I was fascinated and weirdly relieved. Hope you will be too, Marion. Patricia Churchland, PhB? What's a PhB? Excuse me. Yeah, I'm fine. Anyways, where were we? Bachelor of Philosophy. Patricia Churchland, PhD, is an analytical philosopher noted for her invention of neurophilosophy. Yeah, I'm sure no one would have ever put those terms together if she hadn't. Her credentials include Professor Emeritus at yeah, we already read all this. Somehow I feel like MacArthur would not want to give money to her. In 2013, why is she just shilling this woman's book? In 2013, she published Touching a Nerve, which explores the questions: where in the physical structures of the brain are morality, empathy, aggression, free will, and identity based? Mostly the frontal lobe, I believe. Reading Churchland is like listening to an engaging university lecture. Normally, when a sperm fertilizes an egg, the resulting human conceptus has 23 pairs of chromosomes, either XX, genetic female, or XY, genetic male. Oh, she cites a source for that. Thank you. However, 1 in 650 born with XXY. That's Klinefelter syndrome. 1 in 1,000 born with XYY. 1 in 5,000 born with solo X. How does that work? Turner syndrome. 1 in 20,000 born with XXYY. Well, fuck them. They get, like, what, everything? In the early... Oh my god. Is this just literally a science lecture on how chromosomal division works? In the early stages of development, the sex organs, gonads, of the fetus are neutral, but during the second month of fetal development, genes on the Y chromosome produce proteins that transform the natural gonads into male testes. Absent this action, the gonads grow into ovaries. Testosterone produced by the fetal testes is released into the bloodstream and enters the growing brain. Small but important correction. Once it passes from the blood to the brain, some testosterone is transformed by an enzyme into a more potent androgen, dihydrotestosterone, and some of that is changed into ethanol, which goes on to masculinize the brain. Paradoxical though it may seem, ethanol, a female hormone, is crucial to the masculinizing development. Biology's funny that way. Ha 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 ha. Finally, the masculinizing of the gonads, making testes, penis, and prostate, occurs before the masculinizing of the brain. Sometimes the masculinizing of the brain does not follow the typical path and may be incomplete in various ways. You could have male genitalia and a female brain. That's her reaction. Testosterone, estrogen, dihydrotestosterone, estradiol, androgen receptors, genes, chromosomes. These are just words. Once we know something about... Oh my god. I think you're right, Larry. No, if it were Hillary Clinton, um, she'd have more blood on her hands. Um, once, once, one, God, I'm, chat, I'm dying here. Once we know something about the many factors, genetic and otherwise, that can alter the degree to which a brain is masculinized, it's a little easier to grasp a biological explanation for how a person might feel a disconnect between his or her gonads, her gonads, and his or her gender identity. A huge part of who I am is due to the suite of hormones and neurochemicals present in the womb as my cells developed. So Lady Gaga was right. I was born this way. What a relief. I'm What's the opposite of a relief? Because that's what that was for me. I'm still amazed that this ever got published. And it clearly only did because oh shit. It clearly only they checked the right boxes. Like I guarantee you if I turned this in to a publishing company and was like, here, as a graphic novel, my life story. Um Except it wasn't about being trans, it's just about like being a white dude. But just like random bizarre stories about like peeing in the woods and stuff, or peeing in my yard, being horrifically abused and neglected. Alright, I'm back now. Um, Hold on. I fixed my mic came unplugged, so I need to fix it. There we go. There we go. All right, let's keep on trucking, yo. In the summer of 2016, when I got 37 pages left, I tabled at the Queer Comics Expo in San Francisco. This is probably the safest place in the entire world to debut new pronouns. I just have to figure out how to bring it up. Later, I found Scout trans pronoun patches at the Degenerate booth. Wow, you have Spivak. What kind of joint would this be if we didn't stock the rare ones? I had to sit with the patch in my hand for 20 minutes before I was able to put it on. Surrounded by queer cartoonists in all directions. Completely surrounded. Why is this so difficult? Later, while wearing it, Maia is the queen of cross-hatching. Wince. I don't know what's happening. Say something, say something, say something. Dot, dot, dot. How do I correct someone's compliment without sounding like an asshole? Well, now it's too late. Anyway, the conversation's moved on. And now they're gonna get mad. Shortly after, I had art opening. Do you know Maya? She graduated in 2015. A person I was trying to network with, someone I knew in undergrad, wearing my pronoun patch, E graduated. She draws comics, E draws comics. She has a master's degree, but no courage apparently. I found myself turning to metaphors of mild physical pain as I tried to articulate why I wanted new pronouns. Someone compliments you, trying to figure out how to correct her without sounding like an asshole. You'll never not sound like a cocksucker. Yeah. Yeah, notice that's the narcissism. Like, that's how entitled they feel to just get constant compliments. That's why they can't stand or tolerate, like, any level of or form of criticism whatsoever. Mild physical pain as I tried. Female pronouns didn't bother me when I was younger, but now they do. I know switching isn't easy, but please try. Getting called she feels like discovering a rock stuck in my shoe. Well, when that happens, you just take your shoe off and shake the rock out. And then put it back on and go back to normal. So what you're saying is it's a fad. Or getting scratched by the tag at the back of my shirt. A small spike of solvable discomfort. Where are the scissors? Oh God, no! Don't solve it yourself. Not that way. Also in 2016, Ashley and I were invited to sign in a publisher's booth at Comic-Con for the first time. Getting things set up. Let me get caught up on chat. Hold on. It's a book where God decides that she wanted to kill herself for roach pitbull cock. What? You ladies are missing your name tags. I'll get them for you. Oh no, I didn't tell them anything about my pronouns. Here you go. Say something, say something. Thank you. It happened again. Do you ladies need anything? No, thank you. Why didn't I say something a third time? It happened a third time. I'm glad you ladies could be here. Wow, this guy's like being nice. Ah, that's really funny. Not Logics. I hadn't heard that. Will I ever be able to stand up for myself? Jesus, she looks like she's like 70 in that panel. I hate being called ladies. Me too. Why didn't you say anything? At first it was because I didn't want to seem rude. And then after I didn't speak up the first time, it felt like I'd given up my right to say anything. This always happens. I just freeze and I can't make myself speak up. So, everyone, we should just pass laws that ban people from being able to not read our minds and know what to call us. I just don't know how to explain myself. Make a comic about it. And that's what I did. Phoebe and Amala came to stay in winter 2016 on Christmas Eve. We have a present we wanted you to open it for tomorrow. Wow, a binder. Oh, it's a chest binder. At first I thought it was like a plate carrier, and I was like, based? Or some Kevlar or something. I it skips it doesn't really matter. It skips around in time whenever it wants for no reason at all. I probably a long time considering she got a master's. Wow, a binder. Wait, 2 binders. Thank you, thank you. In January, I wore a binder to work for the first time. It feels very good to wear it, but it also feels very good to get off. Itchy. Wearing a binder for too long makes me feel like I need to shed out of my skin. Ew. That's a gross analogy. As seniors in high school, I remember all of my classmates planning what tattoos they wanted as soon as they turned 18. I want a moon on my wrist. I'm getting my zodiac sign. I too had a future tattoo picked out. A small Tolkien dragon. Okay. I want it in on my forearm. A decade later, I am still tattoo free. Zipper tits. At 28, I daydream not of tattoos, but of top surgery. My parents are getting a little better with my pronouns, but they still slip up. Is she coming? E is coming. Look, she's up. E's up. Why are you doing this to us? That's a screenshot. Let's see. Wait, where'd it wind up? Where'd it wind up? What did I name it? Here, there it is. Think of it as an exercise to keep your brain agile and sharp, better than Sudoku. Think of it like a puzzle that I force you to play, whether you want to or not. Robo, you're tapping out? Hey, thanks for hanging out, man. It's great. Always good to see ya. Take it easy, friendo. Thanks for coming. Okay, where were we? Later, I know she said that in a moment of frustration. She's actually trying really hard, but it still hurt a little. The first time I saw myself referred to as an E in a work email, I experienced a startling wave of joy. I came so fucking hard. Hello, I'm calling from Kaiser about a pap smear exam. Fuck. Look, I really don't want to have another PAPS exam. Kaiser recommends that you have one every 3 hours. And according to our records, your last one was over 5 years ago. I am very well aware. Have you been sexually active since your last appointment? Yes. She's like aging as this call goes on. Can I schedule you for an exam on the 26th? I guess so. Great. I'll email a reminder. She could just say no. God damn it. I dressed very carefully the day of my exam, even though I knew I would shortly be removing all my clothes. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Pronoun pin. God. Imagine having to wear a pronoun pin. A flannel from Goodwill over a t-shirt from the internet. I hate them so much. I hate them. I hate everything about them. Pants from the men's section over boys' briefs. Converse over favorite socks. It can't be as bad as last time. It can't possibly be as bad as last time. Spoiler, it was worse. Sorry, one sec. Okay. And that, unfortunately, is where I'm going to have to leave for the stream for the evening. Yeah, I'm not feeling very well, so we'll finish it tomorrow, probably, because there's only like 20 something pages left. I'm in quite a bit of pain, so I gotta go. And thank you, much appreciated. Hope you all comment, like, subscribe, follow, give me your money. What else? Share the link with your friends. Spam. Well, I can't. I don't think I can say that. Write out. Like take a piece of paper and just like and a pen and write out the link, the URL to my channel in with your hand, like in literal handwriting, and then tear off like little strips of it and put them in weird public places. Shit like that, you know? Normal shit. Modern day advertising. Trust me, it works. Thanks again, everyone, for coming out. I hope to see you again very, very soon. In the meantime, as always, take it easy.